T-Tappers, here we are on Monday. One more Monday in the summer. So I hope you guys enjoyed last week's Whittle the Middle. We had some great moves in there, moves that you'd probably normally know. Yeah, that would be for whittling the middle, right? Those beautiful reach scoops to stretch us out on our sides. We did jazz twist. I love jazz twist. So many different variations of that theme. And of course, T-Tap twist stretch and the Advanced Hoe Downs. So I saw that the Advanced Hoe Downs were a bit of a challenge. That's why I had thrown them in there, because a lot of us have never done them. What the heck is it? We're going to go over those again. And I loved seeing your comments. And Alyssa, thumbs up, girl. I was so excited to see that you are already starting to feel it, because Alyssa is a turtle loser. She works so hard at it and is at that hormonal place. But you know what? Consistency, focus, you know what? It works. I know. And we had such a good time last week doing the live form tips coaching. I'll talk to you more about that in a second. It was just beautiful. We just worked together and it was just such a beautiful community. We were all sad that it was over. So this week I thought, all right, what are we going to do next? Well, you know what? Let's continue the Whittle the Middle challenge, but put in a few new moves. Yes, new and different. So what are going to be the 3 moves to whittle our middle this week for a focus? All right, here's the 3 moves that I have chosen for us for today. You ready? We're going to do the box. The box. Senior fit oil wells and the lawnmowers. And yes, we're going to add those Advanced Hoe Downs as well. So why did I choose these? Well, I chose the box because what are we working? Once again, it's those sides plus the middle. Senior fit oil wells is all about the curl and the scoop. And boy, when you're working that, you're working your entire spine and torso. Whittle the middle. And then, of course, we know what we're doing with lawnmowers. We're working it all. And then the Advanced Hoe Downs. I think this is going to be a great week, a really nice continuation of what we did before. Let me just share with you, though, a little bit about the box. Now, last week, I asked the ladies when we were in, how many of you have no idea what the heck we're doing with organs in place standing? And if you happen to be on this watching me, put in a Y here, like, yeah, what the heck are we doing with that organs in place? Let me share with you. Okay, this is what we're doing with organs in place. Yes, we're coming here, and I'm going to show you how to do it. And we're wiggling everything up. But think about this. Why Teresa did this in certain moves was because we are standing in gravity when we are vertical, right? And the gravity is pushing all these organs down. Basically, from the time that we got vertical when we're little kids, right? Thank you for my Y's, you guys. Everything is pressing down, right? And this is a hard place to get to. Most of us are pretty locked up in here. So what happens? Everything gets pushed down and pushed out. So organs in place is going to do the opposite. We're going to wiggle in there. We're going to push everything in and up underneath the belly button rib cage that gravity is pushing down. Now, once we get it all up there, now we're going to create this spinal girdle to hold ourselves in and up. That's the idea of organs in place. Now, I'm going to show you how to do it, but also I want to say that I hear a lot of people, and we're not going to talk about this, but I'm going to mention it so you know. Oh, I have too much fluff. I don't feel my organs. No, you're not going to feel your organs necessarily. It's okay. When you're on the ground, you might feel it, because why? The gravity on the ground is already pulling everything down. And when you curl up, gravity is already helping you go up. That's the difference between doing it vertically and doing it on the ground. vertically, you gotta work your hands and your arms to keep it up. By the way, this is a great arm exercise. Oh my goodness. All right, let's go ahead. I'm gonna show you exactly how to do it slowly. And thanks, Carolyn. I'm so glad that I can help you make sense of the silly organs, right? All right, so what are we gonna do first? We're gonna put our feet. I'm gonna go over here so you can see my little feet. 4 fingers apart from the heel. So I'm gonna look pigeon-toed, right? Because the feet are parallel on the side. So we're bending the knees. Now, to get into it, this is how I like to do it. I like to do my pinkies in my mitten hand down right here at the hip, right? So you're going to push in, press down so that you can use that to leverage an arch. So when you're using pinkies like this, you're arching, lifting the ribs, really pushing everything up, 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 and then you can shift back. Look at where we are. We're in a good place to start to put our organs in. So I'm going to make sure that I really bend my knees here. I'm arched out a bit. Now, all the belly and the organs and the guts, yes, and the fat, it's all hanging here, okay? That's why we're hinged over. Now, I want you to put your hands, I'm going to come up a little closer, out like this, okay? So it's not necessarily like this, but out like this. Why? You're going to be right here at the hip. You're going to inhale, press in. Now, with the palms of your hands, you're going to squish everything to the center as much as you can, okay? Now, my little fingers are going to go down low under the bladder. I'm going to push in, okay? Now, I'm going to curl under and hunch. So I'm curled under, my guts are in my hands, and I'm going to truly wiggle. Okay, this is beautiful exercise for all those internal organs. I'm wiggling, wiggling, wiggling. You can see the wiggle. Once I wiggle everything up, my belly button is here. So I'm vertical fingers like that. I'm pushing my fingers in. I'm going to spread my thumb and my pinky. I've pushed in. Now I'm going to press down and lift my ribs. You're using those fingers for leverage to keep those ribs up. Okay, so you don't need to see my lower legs. We're doing what we do. We push and we lift, okay? Now, we're going to tilt to the side. I like to kind of tilt my head the way I'm going first, just because otherwise we move our heads different from the spine. So I'm just going to do a little tip here. Now, again, push in, press down. Can you see how that lifted the ribs? Which way am I going to go? I'll go this way. Now, watch what I'm doing. Tip, tip, tip. So my shoulders are level. If I were against the wall, they're against the wall. My knees are out. Now I'm going to shake out head tension. Where should you be feeling this? That's always where should I feel this, Renee? Right here. If you don't feel it, most likely you've done this. I don't feel it there anymore. Right here, I feel it. I have my weight on this inside leg. In other words, I'm not shifting out, okay? Keep the weight here. Push in. This is important. Push in. Press down. Did you see how much I got those ribs up? And bring it back in. Now, the side that you're over, it's this elbow. I didn't really show that well. See, even I just turned right there. You want to press that elbow in on that side. Press in and pull yourself back up. All right, now, let's do it one more time. Tip over. Press to get the ribs up. That's really important because here's what tends to happen. It's so intense. We're here. We drop here. Did you see what I just did? The ribs are now up here, okay, but dropped over here. You want to see if you can keep them up on both sides and pull up. Shake out those hands. If you're doing it with me, you're like, oh my God, I'm dying. So what I said, it's an arm exercise. Now, when you go to do the backs, there are different ways to do it depending on the workout. The original workout, Teresa just did this. Now, if you're using that workout and you're doing this, here's what you want to avoid doing. You want to avoid doing this. All that's doing is pushing that belly out that you're just trying to pull in and up. Instead, look what you're doing. You're lifting those ribs. That's what you're doing with this. If you want to do it more a senior fit way or a fascia fitness way, you're going to put your hands like this and you're going to press the thumbs. That's a whole new, I don't even know what we call that, but it's a scooped hand. So here's what you want to do. You're still holding those guts up. You're going to push the hands in, pressing the thumbs, you press in and up to lift the ribs. Then the elbows come forward. Now you're not moving the spine. You're pushing those fingers in, press down, lift, shoulders back and down. Press to get the ribs up. Hunch, elbows forward, back and down. Now, hunch on over. Shake out those arms. Now, personally, it's so intense for me after doing all that. I need to shake from here. But if you want to do it up like this, you can still think ribs up and do a little shake. That helps to not get the little underarm going. But personally, I need to just drop for a second. And then we go back in to do the same thing on the other side. So hopefully I gave you some good tips. That's where you're feeling it. You're going to use that same side elbow to bring yourself up, and off you go on the other side. Very intense, but you can see that you're working that whole torso. All right, so those are some good tips for that one. What's the next one we're going to do? We're going to do Senior Fit Oil Wells. Now, why did I choose that one? Well, I chose that one because it's so intense with your curls and your arches, okay? Now, if you want to cinch in the torso, we got to be really getting really good spinal mobility, right? You've got to be curling and arching, curling and arching. One of the things that I noticed last week, and I know when I see especially newer people doing this, just be careful, and I'm going to give you some tips on how not to, that it's not a lean and a back. It's not a lean forward. It's a curl, okay? You're curling. We're not leaning. That's a big difference, and you'll feel it completely differently here. Let me show you how to do it if you've never seen Senior Fit Oil Wells. I love this one. So you first want to get your feet so that they are shoulder width apart. So they are a little bit wider. Feet are completely parallel on the side. Now, I like to start this with just bringing my hands on the top of my legs so I can really make sure that everybody's in good alignment. You're going to take those thumbs and pull it out. Now, can you see right now that I am essentially drawing that house? We used to call it just the house. What does that mean? Here's the center of my knees. I'm looking down here. My knees are right about almost to the last toe. So knee and ankle are in a straight line. Now, here's what I mean by that. Let me take this one. If I take my legs out too much, okay, right here, if I draw a line down, I'm at the big toe. You can see that, right? And if I'm too narrow, I'm way past the little toe. So that's where you want to make sure you've got that alignment about the second to the last toe. Excuse me, the thumbs are out. So now I'm in a great position. Now, here's what I'm going to do. In the beginning, you're actually doing what would be considered a T-Tapp squat. My knee and my ankle are here. I'm not bending forward. Really be careful not to do that. You're here, okay? I'm arching my tail, excuse me, and I'm dropping low so I can really get into my glutes here. Now, I'm going to bring my arms out at a diagonal in front of me to show you how to do this. I'm hooking my thumbs, pressing my pointers. I'm going to reach my shoulders away and start to curl. Woo, that is a deep stretch. Did you see what I just did? So I'm here, I'm arching out. See my arch, flat back. I'm reaching forward. Now I'm curling. I'm going to bring my arms down below by my shoulders. Now, as I'm curling, I'm going to bend those elbows. I'm leveling them out to the side, and I'm pulling the thumb. Now, as I roll up one vertebrae at a time, can you see that I'm hunching? I'm bringing it up all the way till I'm vertical here, hunching. Then I'm going to flip, so my fingers are here. Watch my shoulders. So now I've hunched. Shoulders are going to go back, and I'm going to slide my blades down the back. Once the thumb is right at my rib cage, below my heart, I'm going to go ribs up, and I'm going to pull those thumbs. If I pull the thumbs, watch my ribs. Ribs go up. Isn't that powerful? So that's just a great way to get the feeling of the senior fit. Now, you actually start the move. You're like this. Your knees are out. I probably moved my feet a little bit. So watch how you want to start. All right, so you're going to arch back. You're going to actually start by bringing your arms up by your ears, bicep to ears, you're looking down. I'm going to say reach out. The reach out is from your lats. So you want to reach out. So you're going to get that big stretch. Can you feel it right here? Reaching out. Come down into your squat. You're reaching. Now you're ready. You're going to curl and bend. You're going to curl it up, hunching, shoulders back. Slide the hands down right below the rib cage. Ribs are up. That's your senior fit oil wells. Let me just do it one more time so you get it. Again, remember, reach up, arch out. So again, no knees forward. This is very specific. Reach out, thigh bones are out. You're going to curl that tail and bend those arms. Hunch as you roll up, shoulders back, slide those blades down and pull the thumbs. Then you're going to bring one foot in, the other foot in, hand, stretch it up tall, and give yourself some little flicky kicks. That's your senior fit oil wells. So we've got the box for our sides. We've got senior fit oil wells for the curl and the scoop, which works everything. I mean, that really does work everything in your whole body. Very core based. And what's the last one we're going to do? Lawnmowers. I got to tell you, lawnmowers is not my favorite move because it's so intense. So here's what we're going to do. Let me show you lawnmowers. Feet, 4 fingers. Make sure that you do really check your feet, especially after doing senior fit oil wells, because your feet then are shoulder width. You got to really watch that you put them back in 4 fingers, bending knees. Tailbone down, your ribs are up, you're shifting back. Yes, ankle activate. Did you see that? Come on up and press to get your ribs up. So now just like T-Tap twist, you're pushing yourself over, shift your weight into the inside leg and just drop those arms down. Now, whoop, whoop, pretty straight shoulders. Take this back arm, I'm going to call this your back one, give it to me in a strong mitten. The other hand comes across on top to wherever you can. That's not really all that important. And give me a nice bear claw. All right, so you're starting here. Now, you're going to take this arm all the way up. You're here. Now, here's the biggest thing, okay? Do not stop here. This will hurt your back. You want to absolutely make sure you are completely vertical. Like if I was against the wall, everything would be against the wall. Keeping the weight on here. Elbow is up. Now, elbow is up. You can really feel if you lift it straight up. That is like the biggest stretch up that side. Now you're going to just straighten that arm. And I want you to feel this. This is what stretches you. So the elbow goes up as the other shoulder goes down. Okay, so we were here. Now you're going to really press down and lift the elbow up, not back. And I'm going to come a little forward so I can lift my heels for a bigger stretch. And then I'm going to come all the way back down. My feet moved, didn't they? And I'm going to give myself a bear. How about one more time? So you're going to pull all the way up. You're not stopping here. All the way up. I'm going to shift my weight back to standing. Good, to center. I'm going to lift, bend. Again, we're thinking stretching this way. Can you see that right across here? So it really gives you that sense of one shoulder goes down, the other comes up, right? And that really works both sides. And lift and back down. Now, this next one is how you come up after you've done them. Come all the way up. Good work. Notice how I shifted out. I got to come back in my shift. Straighten. Good. Bend. I like to do this and then lift, and then this arm's going to come right over. So see, you're going to know you are right in that alignment. When you come up, you're right there. And then just allow your body to curl on over. Say hello to your whole side of your back and your hips and roll yourself all the way up. And then of course you'll go to the other side. That's your lawnmower. So imagine all those 3 moves. You don't think you're going to get some core work? You are. And then we will end with those advanced hoe downs again. So you guys were having fun with those. I do too. Stretch them back. Remember, this is not about perfection. It's just about feeling that lengthening and finding your balance point. So just one more time, see if I can just help a little bit. We're lifting to the front. I want you just to tip now. Tip, tip, tip. You kind of get your balance. Bottom leg, bend a little bit. Ribs are up. Did you see what I just did? I lifted those ribs, which will give you a great stretch. Shake out the head tension, pushing up and drop. So I'll just go to the other side. Lift, over, 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 little teapot. Keeping the shoulders straight to the front. There I go. Lift and down. Oh, so good, you guys. So that's going to be our focal, for, what is the plural of that? For the week. Now, I got a lot of questions last week about how many. You guys are so funny. Give me the rules so I can follow the rules. And I don't want to tell you exactly how many of everything because we all have different fitness levels. I don't want to create something that's too much for you or not enough. So I would just say go to wherever, start with not too many, obviously on box, maybe come over once or twice each side because it's intense. I'd rather have you do fewer, but really working it than too many and not using any activation. That's not really going to get you where you want to be. Same thing with senior fit oil wells. You might just be able to do 1 or 2 to start. Okay. Lawnmowers, same thing. But then I'm going to challenge you. Maybe do that for the first couple days. But as we go through, because we're going to have this be another week focus, keep trying. Add another one here and there when you feel like you do. Challenge yourself just a little bit to see how you can continue to explore those moves. So I hope that that's helpful for you guys. Let me just see. Do I have any questions? Lawnmowers, yes, Pasha. Those are such great moves. I'm so glad. Yeah, it really helps to know where to feel these, doesn't it? And most of them you're going to feel it all over. One of the things, though, that I really, if I say, okay, you really should be feeling it here, and somebody goes, yeah, but I'm feeling it here. Am I doing it wrong? No, but we all have our own body types and we're all kind of contracted in different places. So essentially, like the box, you're going to feel it here because you're turning, but you might feel it down a little bit lower. You might feel it more in the side that you're contracting on because maybe you're tighter there. So even if you don't feel it exactly how I'm saying we're working it, or maybe to notice, it does not mean you're doing it wrong. But you might want to just check in and see what, why you're not feeling it there. Just make sure that that's your body and not that maybe your body is kind of moving out of alignment on that. So I hope that helps you guys. So as I mentioned last week on our Line 4 tips class, we just had such a great time. We did a Q&A at the end on Saturday, just to kind of Q&A, right? And anything that if somebody missed a class or whatever, and you guys, it went on for over 2 hours just because we were just having a great time. It's so much fun to just have all of us who love this workout and care about taking care of ourselves and learning more. It was just a great community. So I got asked, will you please do some live classes at 12:30? Like, we can't do your 9 o'clock in the morning class. We work, we have kids. It's not convenient. It's 6 in the morning for me, for those people that are over there on the West Coast. So I thought, you know what? I loved it so much and they loved it. I'm like, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start. I'm going to have it hopefully open either later today or tomorrow. We're going to do 12:30. There'll be 30-minute classes, and I'm just doing T-Tapp. I'm not going to include anything else, just 30-minute T-Tapp classes, 12:30. I'm going to do them Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, not every day. We don't have to do them every day. This is an every other day workout, right? Every other day, I'm going to do them for 3 weeks. So we'll do like 3-week increments live. So you'll be able to come out hopefully in the middle of the day. Great, maybe at a lunch break, or for those people in the West Coast, it's your 9:30 maybe a morning, and let's play together. It's just so much fun to do this live together where we're just all playing, and it's just a beautiful community. So I hope that you're excited about that and have an opportunity to join me for that. Again, I'll have all that open. either later today, because I just kind of over the weekend are like, should I, shouldn't I, how should I do it? Yes, I should. I just had too much fun not to. It is always Eastern Standard Time when it's me, because that's where I'm at. So adjust for your time zone. 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. Good, V. It's lunchtime with you guys, but it's 4:25 in the UK. That's not a bad time. Hopefully that'll be good for you. You know, Charmaine, that's just so funny that you say that. She says, I thought oil wells were a throwaway move. You know, when I was first learning, there were several moves I thought was a throwaway move. Quite frankly, I thought the box was a throwaway move, right? I mean, what do we do? And she was just like, bump, bump, and, okay, what's this? I never really got it, but when I got it, oh my goodness, I got it. And yeah, the same thing with oil wells. There's nothing. This is what I've learned over years. There is not one move that is a throwaway move. Not if you really do it with activation. I think you probably figured that out already. What about the weight shifting on lawnmowers? Is that like the new T-Tapp twist? In turn back time. I don't remember what it looked like in turn back time. But here's the whole thing with the weight shift on any of these, Pasha. The body's going to try to shift away instead of doing this. So even with oil wells here, it's going to want to do this, and you're going to feel a stretch there, but it's not an aligned stretch, okay? So you just want to keep that weight on the inside as you do it instead of doing that, right? So you just want to watch your body that it's not shifting out from any place that you don't want it to be. Can you see the difference? Here's even just a little bit. And here's just keeping it on that inside leg. It makes all the difference. Oh my goodness. And I wouldn't worry so much about when you come back to have those squared shoulders, because that's really a starting place, right? It's kind of a starting place. What I'm most concerned about is that you come all the way and you keep that weight here as you do it, lift, touch, and over. And it is an intense move. There is no question. Really be careful. Do that one slowly and very precisely so that you get that correct alignment with that. Okay, great one to do in the mirror so you see what you're doing. Julie, which shoulder is most likely to go out of alignment? Too far forward. Okay, this is what I have found. It's here. We stop here, Julie, so that the long arm goes back. Can you see that? And as opposed to all the way to here. So if you're not sure, I've got little things on my wall. If you're not sure, come up against the wall and straighten, lift against the wall, come over, come all the way up, straighten, bend. This shoulder goes down, this one comes up against the wall and over. It's a great way to do it. And then you'll know how your body is trying to veer off of alignment. Thank you. It's a great question. And it is hard to see that, I know. So thanks, Jill. Very good. All right, you guys, I hope that's good. Anything else? Put it down on there. So we will begin this one. I had said that we would do the other one through like today, I think. So we have 7 days. But if you want to start this one, you certainly can, or you can end with the moves that we had for last week, and then we can start this one tomorrow. That's how I'll do it in the chat so we can see that. And I hope that you enjoyed that, you guys. And any questions that you have or comments and how it's doing, how you're working it, just put it on in there. So good. Have a fantastic week. I'll have the 12:30 classes up. I'd love it if you guys could join me. We just had, again, it was just so much fun by request. And I think you'd really enjoy it. And listen, when you commit to doing that, the 3 days and live, it's a lot easier to show up. And that's the other reason that it's so helpful to do when you can and it's convenient for you to do the lives. It's a whole lot different when oh my gosh, the ladies are waiting for me. We're there. It's an appointment that I committed to, as opposed to, I've got those recorded classes and I'm going to do them at 12:30. Oh, something just happened and I lost it. You know, the windshield wiper man came, and so I had to go deal with him or her or whatever it is. So live classes can really help you commit to and have a much more consistent workout, because you know that people are there waiting for you. It's a community, and it's such a supportive community. So awesome blossom, you girls. Anything else? I think we're good. Thank you so much. When will I start this? Thank you. I'm going to start it next Monday. Okay, so Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm going to do it for 3 weeks. I will have the recordings, but the recordings will be good for those 3 weeks. I wanted to do that so if for some reason one of those classes that you can't make it, you still want to be able to do it, you've got that. And it'll be $68 for all 9 classes with those recordings through the 3 weeks. So that should be really affordable for the live classes, and I can't wait. I can't wait to play with you guys again. So have a great week. I will see you soon. I think we're good. I don't think I have any more questions coming in. Let me just check. I did. Thank you guys. Have a beautiful week. Mwah. And I will see you soon.